everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a little Disney trip announcement, trip plans video. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Mackenzie. I love making Disney trip vlogs, Disney tips and tricks videos, and today we're kicking off a brand new Disney World trip series with my trip plans videos where I kind of talk all about my trip and our plans for the trip that's upcoming. And when I'm filming this video, we leave for Disney actually in 5 days, which is absolutely crazy. So I really love going through all of my trip plans and just talking them out with you guys, especially because this trip is a little bit different than any trip we've done before. I just feel like one, it really helps me to talk out my plans and talk out what my family and I have been planning just like in one organized like conversation here. But also I've gotten a lot of really good feedback from you guys with these videos that it's really fun to see what our original plans are and then what ends up happening in the vlogs that you will see after we go to the park. So you guys know Disney can be unpredictable, so I think it's really cool to see what we're going in with and what we end up doing because of closures or weather or whatever it may be that changes our plans. I just think it's kind of fun and I really like talking the trip out with you guys because it helps me get ready and get excited for the trip. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. A little bit about this trip before we get started. This is a trip with my mom, my dad, my sister, and I. The 4 of us are going to Disney World for one last trip, just the 4 of us. If you missed my last video, I am expecting a baby girl this fall. So once she's here, I know she's gonna be coming on all the trips with us and my husband's gonna wanna go a lot more because he's so excited to be at Disney with her. But this is like our last little trip, the 4 of us. We've been going to Disney together since I was like 3 years old and we have the most fun at Disney together, so we wanted to squeeze in one last trip before I was too pregnant or before she got here, and I'm so happy that we're able to do it. So we are going for just a weekend. It's a much shorter trip than we're used to taking flight wise and just schedule wise. This is what worked out for us the best, so it's going to be a little different trip. I'm really excited to kind of see how we can do a weekend trip. We have some plans here for sure, but we'll see what actually gets done. And yeah, I think that's everything. So we're gonna dive in and start with travel day, which you guys know is my favorite day of the whole trip because it's like all the anticipation, all the excitement of the trip is finally here and it's just gonna be so good. So travel day is actually gonna be starting really early in the morning. We are actually gonna be flying out of my hometown airport where my family still lives, and our flight leaves at 5 a.m. So we will be getting to the airport around 4 and starting our travel day bright and early. Especially with it being a shorter trip, it just made the most sense to us to have as much time as we could get at Disney, and that meant leaving really early in the morning. But because we're flying out of a smaller airport, we will have a layover, which I think will be good. It'll give us a second to like take a second to breathe, maybe get some Starbucks or something, and then we'll be heading to Orlando, which I just cannot believe I'm saying that we're going to be going to Disney World this week. It's just so exciting. Plan is to get to MCO Airport, the Orlando airport, by about 12:30, which I think is making really good time with a connecting flight. So fingers crossed nothing goes wrong with our layover, our connecting flight, and we end up in Orlando around 12:30. That way we still have plenty of our day left. We are actually going to be taking an Uber to our hotel for this trip. We just felt like Uber was the best mode of transportation for us for this trip, just because, like I said, we don't have a lot of time on this trip since we are just going for a weekend. And while we love Mears Connect, which is like a shuttle transportation service, it does just take a lot longer to get to your hotel using Mears Connect because there's a lot of factors there. So for example, my sister and I, we have taken Uber from MCO to Pop Century. It took 25 minutes to get there, which is just crazy. On this most recent trip to Disney, we did use Mears Connect with our bigger group of people, and it took an hour and I think like 25 minutes. And while I feel like Mears Connect is a really safe, affordable, fun, like Disney experience option, just for this trip, it doesn't make sense just because we are trying to maximize our time. So we will be doing Uber, and I cannot wait to tell you guys what hotel we're staying at. It is honestly like the bucket list hotel for me since I was little. Just am so excited to say that we are going to be staying at the Grand Floridian Resort, which is just so exciting, and I cannot believe I'm saying that out loud, that we will be staying at the Grand Floridian. It's just iconic. It's just a part of Disney that you just see, and it's just beautiful, and I cannot wait to see the room we're staying in and just be able to stay at the resort and enjoy it as a guest. I think it's going to be really fun. And honestly, the only reason we're able to do that is because we are going on a shorter trip, and it kind of opens up our hotel options a little bit more because we're splitting it between 4 people for only 2 nights. So made it a little more like reasonable for us to be able to do it. And honestly, this is the hotel we originally wanted to stay in on this trip, but it wasn't available when we went to book. So we have changed our hotel probably like 3 or 4 times since we booked this trip. But around the 30-day mark before our trip, when people that book packages have to finish paying on their trip, I got on just to see availability because if people forget to pay or they decide not to go, ago, then those rooms opened back up and there was so much more availability, not just at the Grand Floridian, but almost every resort had some type of room available. So if you are okay with kind of making a last minute change, I would definitely recommend doing it around the 30-day mark, because we were able to find the exact room we wanted to stay in, and I cannot believe we're staying there. I'm so excited. I'm just like, my dad is really the one who was like, we have to stay there. He's always wanted to do it, and he really wants to complete the monorail loop, because we've stayed at the Contemporary, the Poly, and now we'll stay at the Grand Floridian. So a monorail resort hotel comparison is coming very soon after we stay at the Grand Floridian, because we will have completed the monorail loop at that point. So excited to stay there. Cannot wait to show you guys the room. Hopefully by the time we get there, it'll be like 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock. Hopefully the room will be ready. We can go get settled in, film a little room tour, unpack for you guys a little bit, because I just like getting there and settling into the room. I kind of feel like it just makes the trip feel a lot smoother, and it just makes sense for me to get there and like get in the room. I don't know. So hopefully it's ready. If not, we'll make it work, but we'll see. After we do get settled in, if the room's ready, we're gonna grab lunch at the quick service at Grand Floridian. We are gonna be getting resort mugs. This is something that we've gone back and forth on a little bit, just because it is a shorter trip. We're like, are we gonna get our money's worth out of it? And we are gonna be spending a lot of time at the hotel on our travel day and our travel home day. So we calculated it. I think if you get like 4 or 5 drinks throughout your stay, then you pay for the resort mug. And we will definitely do that. Like, instead of getting a drink with our quick service, we'll get that. We'll be refilling our drinks by the pool. So I definitely think we're gonna get our money's worth. We're gonna at least try to. After we have lunch, get our resort mugs, we are going to head to the pool and just enjoy some pool time. Because we are gonna be going in May, we actually get to enjoy the pool. The weather's gonna be nice, warm, and sunny as of right now. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like 95 degrees, but I think it'll be the perfect day at the pool, just like after a long travel day, just kind of relaxing, sitting by the pool, getting in the water. I cannot wait to see the Grand Floridian pool. Both of the pools are going to be open, so we kind of have our pick on which one we want to go to. We're thinking since it's going to be a little later in the afternoon, it might be a little less crowded, but we'll see. We're going to make it work, and I just can't wait to enjoy a Disney pool afternoon. Like, that just sounds so good to me right now. So after spending a little bit of time at the pool, we're going to head back to the room and get dressed for like a fun, fancy dinner night. We like to have dinners at Disney where we can get a little dressed up and just have a little fun together and make it feel a little more special. So we're gonna get dressed up and head to Narcoossee's. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I will look it up before we go. But I've heard such good things about Narcoossee's. It's at the Grand Floridian. It looks beautiful. A lot of my friends have tried it and said that it is just amazing. So we were really excited to snag a reservation for this. And it's gonna be around the time that the Happily Ever After fireworks are happening. So they have a little viewing area outside of the restaurant that we're gonna go watch Happily Ever After from. I just think it's gonna be a magical dinner and a magical like way to end our travel day at the Grand Floridian. We really wanted to eat and enjoy a lot of the restaurants there, so I think it's gonna be just so good, and I'm so excited to have that. How many times have I said excited at this point? We've lost count. So yeah, just enjoy dinner, watch Happily Ever After, head back to the room. Those are some of my favorite memories at Disney, is when we head back to the room and my family and I just like sit and like recap what we've done, what there is to come. So I'm like looking forward for those little moments as well. So that'll conclude our travel day. Not a really like packed and busy travel day. We usually go to the park, so I think it's gonna be really nice to just kind of go to the pool, enjoy the resort, enjoy dinner, and just take it easy on travel day. I feel like I'm gonna have to slow down a lot more this trip than I'm used to, and I think doing it this way for travel day will kind of set the tone to like slow it down, enjoy, and we're gonna have the best travel day. I can't wait. So that brings us to day 1, which is our park day. We are only doing 1 park day this trip, and we did get park hopper. I do want to give a quick shout out to my friend Katie Brown. She's now a travel agent and she's specializing in Disney trips. She actually booked my park tickets for this trip just to make it easy on me, since I'm used to booking a package. She was like, I got it, I'll handle it. Handled the park tickets, the park hopper, all of that. So if you're looking to book your Disney World trip, I would definitely recommend checking her out. I'll leave all of her information down below, and I'm sure you've heard of her before. She makes the best Disney vlogs. Thank you, Katie, for making this a lot easier on me, because I really rarely book tickets separate from my hotel, but we just didn't really know what we were doing, so Katie made it really easy for us. But we are going to be starting our park day in Epcot. Flower and Garden is there, and I am a Flower and Garden girly. I love how Epcot looks during Flower and Garden with all the topiaries, the beautiful flowers like around where the monorail is. It just makes me so happy and joyful. It just feels so bright and sunny. I love Flower and Garden, so I'm really excited to be going there for Flower and Garden. The plan is to rope drop. We're waking up early, beating the heat, beating the crowds is kind of our plan. And since this is our only park day, we do want to maximize our time as much as possible. We did get multi-pass for this day as well, just because we are only going to be there for one day and we're planning on doing half a park in the morning, half a park in the afternoon. So we wanted to make sure we were able to do the rides that we really wanted to do. We went back and forth on whether to get our multi-pass to start in Epcot or for the park we're going to later, just to have those kind of stacked up. But we ultimately decided we didn't want to spend a lot of our time waiting in line in Epcot, so we do have multi-pass and a single pass for Guardians for Madison and my mom, because they're gonna have so much fun, and my dad and I are gonna hang out and not ride Guardians because I cannot and he cannot either. But we have a multi-pass for Frozen Ever After, which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait to do that. We haven't done that probably in like 4 or 5 years, and I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. Like, we need to get back to Frozen, so got a multi-pass for that. And as far as what we're rope dropping, since we're coming in at the front of the park on the monorail where you can walk in and see the beautiful spaceship Earth and everything, we are just used to coming in on the Skyliner, so I feel like it's going to be a different vibe and experience for our rope drop. We're actually planning on rope dropping the pin store underneath Spaceship Earth because, if you don't know, my family got really into pin training on the last trip, and we're just excited to go to that store that has that like wall of pins in Epcot. Can't wait to do that. Also thinking about rope dropping, rope dropping Moana Journey of Water, just because the times that we've gone, it has been really, really crowded, and I think going early in the morning, I've seen people do that, and it's a lot more empty, and you can kind of walk and enjoy it more at your own pace. So maybe do that. Soarin' also is a great option because Soarin' is safe for pregnant women, if you didn't know. It has a height restriction. It's one of the few rides that has a height restriction but is safe for expectant mothers, and that's my favorite ride, so we have to do Soarin'. And really the plan is just to try to knock out as much of the front of the park as we can before 11 o'clock when the World Showcase starts to open and all the food booths over there start to open, so we can enjoy the Flower and Garden food booths. I kind of think that's going to be our lunch plans, is just hopping around to different booths and trying a bunch of different things. Obviously, if we're not finding a lot or we're just feeling like the portions are a little too small for splitting between all 4 of us, then we probably will sit down somewhere in the World Showcase, just quick service and grab something. So that's kind of like a plan that's up in the air, but I think we're gonna have success at the Flower and Garden booths because I've seen a lot of stuff that I want to try already. So after enjoying Flower and Garden, a little bit of the World Showcase, we're probably gonna head back to the monorail to go back to the Grand Floridian. Again, we're taking it a little more easy this trip, so we just want to go back, rest, refresh, relax for a second, because then we're gonna be heading to our next park. And of course we gotta choose Magic Kingdom for our second park of this trip for our park hopper day. It's just not a Disney trip to me without going to Magic Kingdom, especially at night. Like, that's kind of why we picked to do Magic Kingdom second. It's just so we can enjoy it at night. We are just gonna have the best time running around Magic Kingdom at night. Really no plans set other than dinner. We are gonna be eating dinner at Liberty Tree Tavern, which is like a family style Thanksgiving-esque meal. This is a place my mom has been begging us to go to for so long, and we feel like there's not a lot of options in Magic Kingdom as far as dinner goes, and we really didn't want to venture outside of the park to go to somewhere on the monorail loop just because we wanted to spend as much time in Magic Kingdom as we could. And so she was like, it's time, we're going to Liberty Tree Tavern, and here we are. So I think it'll be fun to have like a nice little family style dinner together for our last full night at Disney. I think it's gonna be really just, hopefully it's good. We'll see. We'll give you guys the review. But I think it's gonna be really fun to just kind of sit there and enjoy it, especially since my mom's been wanting to do it for so long. We are hoping that we will have some multi-passes stacked up for Magic Kingdom. Our multi-passes in Epcot are for like the earliest you could get in the morning. So as soon as we use one, we can book one for Magic Kingdom for later in the evening if we want. We're just gonna be doing rides like Pirates, Haunted Mansion, try to get Buzz, maybe Peter Pan if there's anything available. Just kind of stack those up for later in the afternoon, and we'll see if we're able to do that. Again, we're not going to be able to do any of the bigger attractions just because of me, but my mom and my sister do have a single pass for Tron because they really want to do that. Again, my dad is just going to be sticking with me. He was like, I'm staying behind. I don't need to ride any of that. I will just hang out with you. We'll probably go get like a pepper jack pretzel or something. That sounds really good. Or some cheeseburger spring rolls. Maybe. That's what we're gonna be doing while they're riding Tron. And then again, we're just gonna kind of like run around Magic Kingdom and have fun, go to the Emporium. We're gonna pin trade, we're gonna have some snacks, we're gonna just enjoy Magic Kingdom. Definitely gonna be watching Happily Ever After. I don't know where in the park we're gonna decide to watch it from, but we're definitely gonna spend all the way until park close at Magic Kingdom, just because again, we're not there for very long and our hotel is just like a mere monorail ride away. So I think it's gonna be really fun to just stay in Magic Kingdom, know know that as far as transportation goes, it's not going to be a long bus ride or anything back to the hotel. We can kind of use our options, whether it's the boat, monorail, whatever it may be. So very excited for our Magic Kingdom night. Just kind of a fun day where we don't know really what we're going to get into other than dinner, and I'm so happy we're going to Magic Kingdom. I think it's going to be a great way to end our park day for sure. And that brings us to our travel home day. We don't actually leave until like later at night, so this is still a pretty full day as far as a day at Disney goes. So Madison and I have decided we're going to be waking up early and we're going to go fill our resort mugs up and go ride around on the monorail. That's like one of our favorite things to do when we're staying at a monorail resort. Not heading into a park or anything, just riding on the monorail, maybe pop off at the monorail resort, do a little pin trading, do a little shopping, and just kind of like have a fun little monorail morning together. And then we'll head back to the room after that, pack, sadly, bring our luggage to Bell Services because we're going to be heading to Disney Springs. We have a lunch reservation at Homecoming, which I haven't eaten at in a couple years now. Madison and I went and we really, really loved it. But my mom and dad saw that vlog that we did and they were like, we want to go. Like, we need to go to Homecoming. It's right up their alley as far as food goes. So we're going to be trying it all together, which I'm really excited for. I think we have like the first reservation of the day. So we're going to try to get to Disney Springs for when all the stores open so we can do a little shopping, then go to lunch, and after lunch we'll do a little more shopping because we gotta hit up World of Disney, the Penn store. There's like a lot of new stores that I want to go and just explore and just look at merch and maybe find some cute baby things. We'll see. Again, this day is gonna kind of be up in the air as far as like what shops we go into, what we're doing, just based on how much time we have after lunch. But then we'll head back to the Grand Floridian and soak it in for a couple more minutes before we sadly have to head back to the airport because that will be the end of our trip. Like I said, a quick little trip to Disney. Flight plans just worked out and our schedule just made it to where we could only do this weekend. But a weekend at Disney, a day at Disney, like I'll take it any day because just thinking about and talking out those trip plans, it already feels so magical. And getting to take this trip with my family is just so exciting and I just love every minute I get to spend with them at Disney because we have the most fun together and I love sharing those vlogs with you too because I think you guys really get to see just how much fun we have at Disney together and the memories we make, and I have just been really emotional lately, so please ignore me. Anyway, with that being said, those are our trip plans for our Walt Disney World trip that's coming up in just a couple of days, which does not feel real. The next video you will be seeing is a pack with me for Disney World. It's going to be kind of geared toward the summer because it is going to be 95 degrees in the middle of May when we're there. Also packing for a weekend trip and a carry-on. I think it's going to be a little bit different than some of my other pack with me videos, just since it is such a different trip than anything I've taken before, so I'm really excited to do that with you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, listening to me babble on about our Disney World trip. I could talk about this all the time, and I just love talking these trip plans out with you guys because again, I feel like you can see how excited it made me for this trip that is just so soon. So with that being said, be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss all of the Disney World content and vlogs coming so soon, and I will see you guys in the pack with me for Disney World, which is the next one. Bye!